Two kids walk through the same school gate on the same morning in the same year. Let's call one of them Maya. She's going to do everything right. Every assignment finished early, every club joined, every gold star earned. If there's a correct way to move through the education system, she's going to find it and follow it, step by step, for the next 16 years. Let's call the other one Alex. Alex is going to do fine. Not great. Not terrible. Homework mostly on time. One hobby they actually like. A completely normal, forgettable, average school career. Here's the question this video is actually about. By the time these two try to get their first real job, how far apart do you think they'll end up? Stick around because the answer is not what either of them expects. By age 10, the difference is already visible, but it's small. Maya's teachers love her. She raises her hand first. She's the one picked for the reading competition, the science fair, the student council. Alex is fine. Genuinely fine. Passes every test, has friends, gets in trouble exactly the normal amount. Nobody's worried about Alex. Nobody's especially excited about Alex either. If you asked either kid's parents at this point who was going to end up more successful, you already know what they'd say. It seems obvious. It's not even really a question yet. That confidence is about to get tested for the next 12 years. By 16, Maya's schedule looks less like a teenager's life and more like a resume. Debate team captain. Honor, roll every single semester. A part-time volunteer role she started specifically because a college counselor said it would look good. Alex picked up a guitar sophomore year because a friend had one lying around. Plays it badly, plays it anyway. Grades sit comfortably in the middle of the pack. Nothing that gets you a scholarship, nothing that gets you a warning letter either. By every visible metric that a school hands out, Maya is winning by an enormous margin, not a little ahead. Miles ahead. If you built a scoreboard out of gold stars and certificates, Alex wouldn't even be in the same competition. Both of them apply to college. You can probably guess whose acceptance letters come first. College is where the gap should, in theory, become permanent. Maya lines up not one but 3 internships before she even graduates. One at a firm most students would need a personal connection to get into. She joins the pre-professional society. She's in every group project photo, front row, arms crossed, confident. Alex works part-time at a coffee shop to help cover rent, majors in something they're genuinely curious about rather than something strategic, and finishes with a solid but unremarkable GPA. No internship at a big-name company. No LinkedIn post about thrilled to announce. If this were a straightforward story about effort leading to reward, you already know how it ends. Maya walks across the stage into a job. Alex walks across the stage into something. Probably fine. Probably slower. Except that's not actually how this part of the story goes. Not anymore. Both of them graduate the same spring. And here's the part that surprises almost everyone, including Maya herself. She sends out applications. Impressive resume, 3 internships, a GPA most people would kill for. And still, weeks of silence. A few interviews, sure. More than Alex gets, certainly. But not the instant, guaranteed offer she'd been quietly promised her entire life for doing everything right. Because right now, young graduates as a group, regardless of how perfect their individual path looked, are hitting a labor market where unemployment for people their age is running higher than the national average, something that almost never used to happen. Over 40% of recent graduates end up underemployed, working jobs that don't actually need the degree at all. Entry-level postings have shrunk while the number of applicants chasing each one has grown sharply. Maya's resume is genuinely stronger than Alex's. That part of the story is true, and it stays true. But the size of the door everyone's trying to walk through got smaller for both of them at exactly the same time, regardless of who prepared more. Here's the uncomfortable thing this story is actually about. For most of the last century, this exact narrative, the disciplined kid who does everything right ends up fine, the average kid who coasts ends up behind, was mostly true. Not perfectly, but mostly. Effort in school reliably converted into stability after school. Right now, that conversion rate has gotten weaker. Not zero. Maya's extra effort still helps her. Still gets her more interviews. Still probably gets her hired faster than Alex eventually. But the gap between did everything right and did the bare minimum has narrowed in a way that would have shocked both of their parents. Because the biggest variable in this story was never really Maya or Alex individually. It was the size of the door they were both walking toward. A door that shrank for an entire generation, no matter how each person inside that generation prepared for it. So, if you're somewhere in the middle of your own version of this story, whichever one you relate to more, here's the honest takeaway. If you're a Maya, doing everything right, stacking every certificate and internship you can find, keep going, because it does still help. Just don't let a slow start convince you that all that effort didn't count. It counts. It just isn't the guarantee it used to be, and that's not a reflection of you. And if you're an Alex average grades, no impressive trophy case, quietly worried you didn't do enough. The gap you're picturing between yourself and the perfect students isn't as wide as it looks from the outside. Everyone's walking toward the same narrower door right now. Neither of them knew, on that very first day walking through the school gate, what kind of market they'd be graduating into. Neither do you right now about whatever's coming next, which means the only honest move for the Mayas and the Alexis both is to keep walking toward the door anyway.